Hello, everyone. How are we doing? The final stretch, the classical closing of the conference. We will keep it short. It's been a great 2 days. I want to give you the 2-minute version of my key impressions. It's clearly that we are talking data platform, and now also AI. It's clearly that it's more discussions on the different technologies also for AI. What is more interesting is to see that here in a practitioner conference, we are already to talk about data platforms, but also now AI platforms. And what do we mean with that? I think everybody who is working in an enterprise setting knows it's one thing to do one AI or one data set. It's a different thing when we start scaling this out. And I can just see the tricky part when you start with an enterprise license of ChatGPT and you start building GPTs on your own, and ultimately this scale could potentially scale to new Excel hell, agentic hell. So all of a sudden now, of course we need governance, of course we need product thinking to manage also the AI. And this is what we are seeing now, and we haven't really seen that so much as this. This is number one. Number 2 point, we start really talking a lot about product and product thinking. Steven Props came up here and talked about product thinking. For the ones who've seen my keynotes the last couple of years, we've been on to product thinking. We had that as keynotes before. This is really now happening. And it's the whole idea that as long as we build projects, or having a project perspective, it's hard to get to the real ownership and accountability over time. So product thinking helps us to go for adoption, from new to normal. Then comes the implication of that is that we now also talk about platform as product. And when we say platform as product, for me it really means that the way we are serving the platform infrastructure and technologies needs to be with a product thinking mindset, with a self-service mindset, in order to reach the domains, reach more people, while still maintaining a common practice in the company. So we build large platforms. We came from the central data warehouse, and then you might have local warehouses. If you're a global company, you know exactly what I mean. And we might all use Snowflake, but when I scratch the surface, we have different folder structures. We have different ways of setting up the different instances. So now platform as a product is really about how do we scale a practice. If you think carefully about this, we are coming from a point solution approach, spaghetti, no, all the way over to the other side of the pendulum, monolith, warehousing, and all of a sudden now, what's the middle ground here? Where can I have robustness? Where can I have data sharing and compliance, and at the same time agility? And all of a sudden now we see, okay, we need to be very standardized in our practices. The platform should give that. But then we need to do it in such a way so we can distribute out the talent, so we can have data engineers sitting in the domain teams, but we really want to keep a common practice. So this is the maturity curve I'm talking about that slowly you can see and hear in the presentations. So I think we are on the trajectory. It's a lot of work. Number one challenge that I still see everywhere, organizational alignment around these topics. The platform team wants to do stuff, someone else wants to do something else, and we have a really, really hard time, because it's a little bit like the way we are organized on the operational level. The feedback loops are missing in our job descriptions. What I talked about from friction to flow, we are not organized. You need to do all this work to speak with all your friends in order to humanistically try to align on these topics, and we need to be better at organizing to understand how we go from sovereignty to agency, how we really can work without to have autonomy, but at the same time harvest, reuse, adaptability to each other. That's my summary, and with that, Goran, I would like to welcome you up on stage if you want to add any things. Actually, all moderators, why don't we join all together?
That applause was for Henrik, by the way. So. All right, cool. Yes, I think that you're summarizing quite well, and I think that I'm not worthy enough yet to summarize my part. So instead of that, I would like to invite the amazing moderators that we had on all of the stages to come and share what they have learned and during these 2 fantastic days, because they have done most of the work. Yeah? So many of you didn't meet Robert Luciani on main stage or moderator, but he was speaking actually in M7, right? But he was also moderating the entire data octagon. If you haven't seen it, you can already find it on YouTube and LinkedIn as well. That is where we are having a lot of panels and product reviews and things like that, and it's going live. So Robert, how was it then?
It was good. Last year, there were some words that were the first time we've sort of talked about them as if they're, part of the daily discourse, agents and that kind of stuff. Now it feels like it's stuff that we're actually working with, so that's very fun. And it feels like all of this AI stuff is becoming accessible to regular people, not just nerds. So that was the best part about the Octagon. That's what we talked about.
Thank you for passing the. I'm always close to you. I remember this. I think every time I need to go with Robert. My stage, of course, the best stage on the whole event. No, of course. No, but it has been really, really good to see that kind of power analytics, kind of the basics, and there was a lot of some Gen AI came in, but there's still the core data, the foundations. And it was really fun. It was really good speakers. I hope you enjoyed the event. And then I pass it to, you have a microphone.
Yeah, but yes. So Karima Makrov, I was actually the moderator of the best stage. That was M4, Modern Data Strategy. Learned a lot. I think this is where everything should be starting, but quite often it's starting in analytics, in platform, and that was good because I was just in the middle. So great speaker, a bit shy crowd, but it was full house during 2 days. So and thank you so much for having me here. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, so I have been on the machine learning and generative AI stage, and it has been really fun this year because things have changed a lot and it's changed very rapidly, right? So we have NASA talking about building models that they can send to the moon and actually improve itself, and we have foundation models that people now can make very tiny but have the same quality. And then a lot of use cases where people actually use it. So I think it's been really good, and I'm really glad to have been here.
Yes, and for me, I was moderating the modern data platform stage. So I think some takeaways were that re-platforming has happened. I see like consolidation of tool selections and ways of working. A lot of the focus, I think, going forward is preparing like data management and data quality to be prepared basically for Gen AI or whatever agentic future we will have. So looking forward to see how that pans out now in the coming years, how agents will happen, because it will happen, but how and when, we will see.
Yeah, and I did moderate M9, so storage and data quality, and I could just second here what my next door neighbor said. It was a let talk about actual storage and a lot around governance and getting things done, and it's clear that that's where the real work needs to be going on. Also, I think I was the best stage. I'm not sure. I wasn't like that. I'm, of course, the ugly duckling outside, the guy that was standing in the sun, and you're Berghainer in here. I don't know what you're doing.
So hi, Niko Kivelä. I moderated the new developer stage. I also presented here for the first time, and I am participating this for the first time. And I also gave the best presentation of the conference at the best stage.
On the best stage.
A lot what Henrik said about that data is going to be more like a product thinking. That's what I've been teaching people about, that when I teach what DevOps is, it's about product thinking and value and flow, etc. So, but when I came here, it's like data, DevOps, and AI. We were like competing that who can find a presentation that doesn't mention AI. I found one.
Yes, my name is Albin. I hosted the M2, the data engineering and the data ops stage. I think we have some themes that has been like recurring over the years and sort of matured quite a lot. There was more talks this year about data products and data mesh, but now we're sort of getting into the details of how people are doing it a bit differently here and there. So we had very nice examples of that, and also a few talks about how AI is like going into even those like the data pipelining part of like how we are monitoring data quality using AI and how we're doing transformations using AI and so forth. So yeah, that was the main theme I think from my scene or stage.
Hi, Giovanni Leoni. I've been moderating the M8 stage here throughout these 2 days. It's been amazing presentations. I think that all stages are the best, so just to kind of set the tone there. It's a big, I'm just blessed with that. I know. So the thing is that the themes that I've been really kind of surfacing is, and have been shifting over the years, is that governance seems to be the table stakes. How to keep control and be able to manage it all seems to be a given from the start, which hasn't been the case. We talk about being in control and innovation at the same time, which I love, and also was really impressed by all the public sector presentations being on par and really showcasing great value in being able to have innovative solutions and impact. So it's been really impressive, and I'm happy to have kind of seen that it's been a lot of conversations not around the stages and around between people that have never even kind of met each other before. So great success this year around.
Perfect. So there you have it. From my side, to close a little bit easier this year, I think that one of I was actually running the roundtables this year. It was the first time that we organized those ones. It was a great success. And one of the participants just basically answered one at the end like, hey, what have you learned? He said like, I learned that I'm not alone. Nobody has figured it out, and I feel super happy, and I'm gonna go home very happy. So I think in general, that is actually concludes the entire content from this side. So for me personally, this has been a journey of around 10 years, and yesterday we had like a great discussions with many of you before and after the party. And it seems like a little bit, you know, the hypes are changing constantly. They're going from BI to business analytics to machine learning to AI, then to generative AI, then to RAG, then to now it has like something different this morning. But it's the most important is that it seems like we don't want to solve problems because we are looking for the next hype that is coming, because it's easier to put it under the rug and then just move to the next one. But what is constant in these 10 years of my observation is that one key topic that always comes that is extremely crucial is the data. So we started this event as an introduction to what the data-driven company is. Today we are talking about AI-driven company, but data is actually still the thing. If no data, there is no AI in general. So I think that if we are better equipped to make our organization being capable to collect, store, distribute this data, no matter which hype is going to come, we're going to be good with it. Not to talk too much, because these are the experts. I'm just the charlatan that goes and serves beers. I want to just show one thing. Usually I'm the one on stage presenting all of these things, wearing pink suits and all of these other things, and everything went smooth, right? And it doesn't appear like that out of nowhere. How many of you have been here the first time? How did it go in terms of program and everything else? Would you say that it was smooth? Good. That has been years now of process and process and process and process, and a lot of people behind the booths that nobody sees, and that is actually my awesome team that I would like to invite to stage. These are the heroes, these are the guys that are actually making happen every single second of your experience to be as vibrant as possible. So please welcome the Hyperight team. Keenan, of course, you know from yesterday, he's the guy who opens bars and closes bars. And some time ago, I was like completely responsible for the entire content and all the speakers and everything that we are doing on this event. And some time ago, I learned also to delegate, so I managed to pass the torch to somebody else who actually now dwells and does most of this content. So probably she's going to hide somewhere, like usual. So this is actually Saranda. If some of you have not meet her, please meet Saranda. She is the editorial director. She is the one that is contacting all the speakers, making sure that every presentation is on time, every presentation is clicked on time, that every video is checked. So I will give you the honors to close the 10th annual with the normal speech that we have. Thank you so much. This is, by the way, me just pushing people in uncomfortable situations.
Thank you. If you know Goran, you know that he likes to do this, to pass the ball, but that's exactly why we do what we do and why we are where we are, because he's a master of getting you out of your comfort zone, I would say this. But the usual way of how we close the conference is actually the following, and I hope I remember it well. When we do events, we start from a point and we end up to the final milestone. But when we do, we start with research and a lot of talks and a lot of readings and quality research, and we come up with themes and topics, and we organize, and we have a date, and we have a theme, and then we find the speakers. So if any of the speakers are here, please stand up. This is a round of applause for you. I have been working, I have been bothering you quite a lot. I have been sending reminders. I love to send reminders, yeah. Thank you. You are like maybe 7th, 8th, 9th time speaker of this event. So yeah, big applause for David, please. David is like a star. Yeah. Then we cannot do none of this if we don't have the support of our wonderful partners. Each year, old partners, new partners, it's really a journey. Keenan is the boss on getting them here, but I would like all the partners that are still here, please stand up. This applause is for you. Thank you so much for the trust.
Way.
Yeah. Don't sit, everybody stands, please, okay? And last but not least, the delegates. So we really do all of this for you. If you remember the KPIs of Goran on day 1, 15 people, I hope you have met your KPIs, okay? I hope it's more than 15. And we really do this about the community, and the community is you guys. So thank you. I hope you had fun. I hope you're equipped with knowledge, and I hope that you will be back next year. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, from all of us, from Hyperight, with love, thank you, and see you next year.
Okay.